YouTube. It is Tuesday, April 30th. It's the last day of April. I did want to talk to you guys about something a little bit more serious this time. This time we're going to talk about predatory photographers, or photographers who make models uncomfortable knowingly. So recently I saw this story about a photographer who had been sexually harassing multiple women, and I reposted the flyer, so I'm gonna put the footage that I posted on Instagram here. Obviously, I was blocked from his account because I reported him, and Instagram did absolutely nothing about it. They sent me this message afterward. And I just encourage people to keep reporting his page, because hopefully they'll see enough people reporting his page and actually decide to do something about it. So since that situation has happened, there's been another one. I will post his Instagram here. That one was posted by another photographer, and I'm always going to repost them when I see stuff like that. Regardless of who that photographer's friends are or who he knows, it really doesn't fucking matter. If you see something like that, you should report it, because you never know who he's going to hurt next, and you could be literally helping or saving someone's life. So since that happened, I put a poll on Instagram asking how many models have felt uncomfortable during a photo shoot with a photographer, whether it be those two photographers or someone else. And I got an alarming number of responses of people telling me their stories. I'm obviously not going to include their names because of their privacy, but I am going to read the stories that they sent me through the DMs. So the first one, okay, so I'm gonna read it, and I asked if they would mind me sharing it. And they said, not at all. The photographer actually ended up getting charged with harassment and assault, not by me. But basically he wanted to have a meeting before shooting. So he gave me an address to his second studio, which ended up being basically a trap house. It had a mattress in the living room and basically nothing else. He wanted to take some test shots and asked if I was comfortable shooting in swimwear. I said yes, but I didn't bring a swimsuit with me because it was supposed to just be a meeting. He asked if I could do chest shots in my brown underwear. I wasn't comfortable, but I had my friend with me, so I knew nothing would happen. Basically, he was a creep and tried touching me unnecessarily. I left feeling weirded out and never spoke to him again about working. He was promising to submit me to magazines to get published, but obviously that was a lie. So yeah, I don't know a lot of photographers who require a meeting before you guys actually meet to shoot. That's a little weird to me. But even then, why couldn't he FaceTime you to talk about whatever concepts he was going to go over with? And it's definitely a good thing that you brought a friend. I literally always tell girls when I'm meeting them for the first time to bring a friend if it makes them feel more comfortable. Next. Okay, this is from a male model. He said, on one occasion I had been hired to do a photo shoot under the guise of it being a fashion shoot where I would be wearing 3 different outfits and would be inside with a private place to change upon arriving. Everything was good until it was time to change. The photographer told me that the bathroom was locked and that he didn't have a key to get in, and I would need to change in the room attached to his studio, which wasn't a big deal, but it didn't have a door, just a doorway separating it. And he kept coming in while I was changing. That made me feel aware because he just kept making excuses to come in. After the 3rd outfit, he told me that if I modeled for him with no shirt or even just in my boxers, he would pay me more, which was hella uncomfortable because I made it clear before I signed all the documents that I would be doing no modeling unless fully clothed. So I left and blocked him. He had a creepy vibe. On another occasion, working with a different photographer while posing, she was correcting my posing but kept accidentally touching my private area like 3 times, and also tried to come into the room while I was changing without knocking or announcing that she was coming in. yeah, both occasions, I'm really sorry that happened to you. That's really crazy. It definitely can happen to both men and women models, so it's not like something that's exclusive to one sex or the other. I definitely feel like that's something that should be discussed before the model gets there, that there is a set place to change or there isn't a set place to change, because I've definitely been in the middle of a photo shoot where there's no place to change. But you find a bathroom, you make it work. You don't make your model change somewhere that's uncomfortable. Okay, found it. So this girl said, he DM'd me and was talking about a shoot and started asking if I was comfortable shooting nude, and I told him no. He kind of seemed bothered, but he was like, whatever, we'll just settle with bra and underwear or a bathing suit, so I said that should be fine. We met up and he was just being weird and asking me personal questions from the start and asking a million questions about other shoots, and eventually started asking for me to take my top off after a couple of minutes. Mind you, we were at a public beach, so I was like, what the fuck? I told him I had already said no, and why would he ask that again? He responded, don't act like you're Virgin Mary. So I literally told him delete the couple pictures that we took and to never contact me again. I blocked him so quick. He never tried touching me or anything like that, but the stuff he was saying was so weird. After he called me the fake Virgin Mary, I was like, boy, goodbye before something weird really happens. That was a good one because you caught the behavior right spot on before it even happened, and you were able to be like, no. The bad thing is we don't really know if he actually followed through with deleting those pictures, because that's definitely dangerous. You don't want him to have a personal collection of photos of you for what. Which brings me kind of to my next topic, which is like advice on how to peep out creepy photographers before you end up in a bad situation. So let me see, I wrote down some notes. Okay, so I don't want to say over talkative, but over chatty photographers. If you guys have already made official contact the first time to talk about what you're going to shoot about, there's no reason for that person to keep trying to contact you and text you and call you about whatever is going on in their personal life, or trying to make a friendship with you where there is not one. And the body contact. I try not to touch anyone during photo shoots, even though I shoot mostly girls and I'm a woman and they're more comfortable with me. I try to let them fix themselves. You tell them your eyelash is lifting, your shirt is falling, or whatever. You don't really come in contact with the model unless they ask you for help. And I'm a girl, and that's still weird. Contact once the photo shoot has ended should only be to discuss the next photo shoot or how they're going to receive their pictures and stuff like that. They definitely don't have a reason to keep in contact with you, to keep your number or anything like that. And also, if they don't have a portfolio, that's a little bit alarming, because it's like, what are these photos for exactly? And also, always, before you go on a photo shoot, you should know what the project is. You should know what the vibe is going to be, what kind of content you're shooting, so that when you get there, there is no surprise, can you take off your clothes or anything like that. You should know the terms of the photo shoot you're going to before you do that. And I would definitely say for both models and photographers to always have a contract. Write down what you're willing to do and what you're... That way you can have it in writing of you can have it in writing what you're willing to do and what you weren't willing to do, how soon you want to expect your pictures, as far as the modeling side, like what you guys agreed on for you to get your pictures, if you paid them or if they paid you. That way there's no way that anyone can say anything different later on. And have him sign it. If he's weird about signing your conditions, or she, dead it, the photo shoot is canceled, and vice versa for photographers. If you're doing it for free, they should have no reason that they don't want to sign that you're doing it for free, or that you paid them or they paid you. You're just stating exactly what happened in your contract. So I think that's it. I think that's all I have for this video. I just wanted to put it out because I've been seeing so many recent stories about crazy shit happening to girls on photo shoots, and I know that it's been happening for a long time, not just now. I really wanted to touch on this, especially considering all the people who took the time to DM me and tell me their situations. I think it's important that everybody stick together in this modeling shit. Even if you're not a model, if you see a photo shoot happening, okay, wait, little disclaimer here. If you're a man and you see a photographer and a model taking pictures, can you try to just go on about your fucking business and not make the model and the photographer uncomfortable, especially the model though, because that's weird as fuck. We understand that you see a camera and you want to know what's going on, but gawking or taking pictures of your own is 1,000 fucking percent unacceptable. But be careful out there. If you think that something's weird, I would absolutely say don't go. Bring someone with you if you feel weird about it, if you still insist on going, or offer to FaceTime them first to talk about your ideas. Don't go somewhere in person just to talk about your ideas and not even execute the photo shoot. That's all I have for today. I hope that this video, helped you guys in some type of way. If you have a story that you're not sharing or you're scared to out someone because of how big he or she's following is, do it anyway. You could be saving future models from feeling the discomfort that you were feeling during your shoot. Or if you're a photographer and you feel like you might have done something uncomfortable even without your intention, I would say apologize and put it in writing. Even though you were grown, you know what the fuck you're doing. That's all I gotta say on this piece. My next video, I promise, will be a lot more fun and positive and shit like that. I just wanted to take the minute to say something about this because it is really serious and it is people's health and safety involved. So like this video, subscribe, share it with someone if you feel like they really need to hear this video, and I will see you in the next one.